Hello everyone, this is Fandom Writer here, and yeah, today has surely been, I guess it's been a while since I've done a recording, so I'm really happy to be back. I might be having a dip in content for some reasons that I'll probably go into in another video. I probably will, probably won't, depends on the privacy issue, so, you know. But anyway, I realized as I was looking through my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one-shot book that I haven't made a 2012 Mikey X-Rated Sweets story yet. And I know that Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so I thought to myself, well, obviously I need to do that. And with Valentine's Day around, I'm like, you know what, why don't I make some Valentine's Day stories? And I know that the Christmas series is also being worked on, even though it's February, but I always say better late than never, so I don't really care if it's late as long as I get it done. But then again, I think I might move the Christmas series back towards the to December again and work on February's Valentine's Day specials now. So anyway, guys, with all of that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on this story. This is called Sweets and Valentine's Day. I decided to combine both concepts for these stories into one, just to be able to make the process go a little bit quicker. I surely hope that this doesn't bother you guys, because I had so much fun doing this, and it's quite a bit longer than my usual stories, so hopefully you guys are ready for a ride. Let's get started. Mikey had been pretty depressed lately. Not just with his brothers, not just because his brothers refused to play with him anymore, or because they were sad on their own for their own reasons. It was mainly that dreaded holiday, Valentine's Day. It's not that you didn't understand why he hated the holiday. No, hated wasn't the right word. Disheartening was a better one. It was just the fact that not only was he single on Valentine's Day, but on every day. Almost seemed as if he was convinced he would remain single for the rest of his life, because it's not as if he can go out onto the surface and meet girls. He knew that, and it broke his heart. In an effort to make Mikey realize that he still could find a Valentine even though he wasn't normal, in an effort to help Mikey that he could still find a Valentine's Day even if he wasn't normal, you decided to finally confess your love for Mikey. You'd make him some heart-shaped cinnamon rolls. You decided to make them at your apartment, though, since the kitchen in the lair was almost always bustling with activity. You woke up in the morning and headed straight to the supermarket to get near you to get some supplies. You never really were much of a baker, but you had to make sure this was perfect for Mikey's sake. When you got back to your house, you noticed you had left your phone and you had 8 missed calls and 5 unread text messages from Mikey. You immediately felt bad for leaving him hanging like that, so you decided to text him a quick picture of you in your new dress before getting to work. The dress was the light orange color, and it had ruffles on the V-neck on the V-neck and the end of the dress. You quickly sent it with the reply saying, "Sorry, Mikey Moo, I'm busy right now, but I'll call you soon." You then sent it and got to work. Little did you know the one error you made. Your dress. With Mikey. Mikey was laying in bed, scrolling through his phone, when he got a text message from you. He read it, and then noticed you sent a picture along with it. And when he saw it, his heart broke. Mikey had already assumed the worst and thought you had a date for Valentine's Day. Oh no. Mikey then sulked into the kitchen to get some ice cream. There goes the love of his life. Or so he thought. And now for a time skip. You had finally finished the cinnamon rolls. They were pretty plain looking, aside from the fact they were heart-shaped. You smiled as you looked over your handiwork. You had made 7 and had eaten 1 for yourself. The other 6 were for Mikey. You then hurried to grab your phone and call Mikey, but for some reason, every time you called him, it went to voicemail after one or 2 rings. After a couple more times, you grew too frustrated and just decided to head down to the lair yourself. You grabbed your keys and then left with the box of cinnamon rolls. And at the lair. You carefully tread down to the lair and found Raph and Leo watching TV in silence. Did I miss a memo, or are you guys actually spending time together? Raph looked at you and took a small glance at the box, but chose to ignore it. Sensei made us spend some time together, Leo explained. And since Leonardo here only ever watches Space Heroes, he's showing me an episode, Raph said with a scowl on his face. Uh-huh. Where's Mikey? Realization hit both Raph and Leo that they hadn't seen any sign of Mikey at all that day. They both said. I guess that's a no. He sighed and headed towards his room. Mikey? You said as you knocked on the door. A slight crash was heard on the other side of the door, right when you were about to knock on the door again, Mikey opened it. Hey, your name. How is your date? He said in a sad voice. Date? Mikey, what are you talking about? He looked at you before turning around and laying in his bed, his back/shelf facing you. You sent me a text. You were all dressed up. So, I thought you were going out with some guy. You thought for a moment before a smile grew on your face. Mikey, I would never dress up like this for anyone other than you. That seemed to perk him up a bit, and he turned his neck to look at you. Confusion was clearly in his baby blue eyes, but you just giggled. I dressed up like this for you, and that's not all I did for you, you said with a blush. He put the box on his bed, and he sat up to open it. He felt his beautiful blue eyes twinkle with light as he saw the cinnamon rolls. He looked to you, and you nodded, as if to say, yes, you can have one. He then carefully grabbed one and inspected it. This surprised you, as he normally always ate anything and everything in sight without a second thought. He finally bit down and felt his heart would flip. Wow, your name? These are amazing, he said with his mouth full. He then stuffed another in his mouth and chewed loudly. He even managed to get some icing on his face. He giggled and licked your thumb before rubbing the smudge off the side of his mouth. His eyes went wide and he looked at you in shock. Why'd you make me these? Why are you wearing a dress? You never wear dresses. He giggled again and grabbed the sides of his face. You silly Mikey. I could have sworn you would have figured it out. Before he could ask, you leaned in and kissed him. He tensed up immediately, and fear overtook you as you thought he would make you pull away or something. But instead, he just grabbed the back of your head with his hand, and the other hand wrapped around your waist. Soon you both pulled away. You smiled again and said in a soft voice, I love you, Mikey Moo. I love you too, Dudette. Best Valentines ever. I had so much fun making this because I don't think I've ever really combined two story ideas into one that pretty much ever before. And especially with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I haven't really done that. And it was so much fun to do both a sweet story and a Valentine story. So it was really fun to make this, and I think I'm going to be continuing on with the rest of the Turtles for Valentine's Day. And I'm gonna see what I can think of for them. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this, and as always, this is Phantom. Oh wait, I just remembered something. Before I end this off, I want to give a quick shout out to the person who had made the art that you are seeing in this video, White Moon. I will leave a link below to her Twitter, and she is absolutely stunning of an artist. Seriously, guys, go check her out. Like, she has a Twitter, she has a DeviantArt. I will try and leave a link to her video and to her YouTube channel as well, because she seriously is so amazing. I posted several community posts of me showing off some of the art that she has made me. She is so good, and I freaking love her. So, if you guys get the chance, go check out her videos, go check out her Twitter, everything else, and seriously, go show her some love for the love of God, because she is amazing. I love this girl. Like, seriously. Anyway, guys, with all of that out of the way, this is Phantom Rider, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. Bye-bye!